Here's another little project. I got this DA sander and it just locked up. So I'm going to take it apart and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it. Yeah, there were 4 bolts in this thing. The minute I got the top off, it was freed up. And this bolt is loose. So apparently that loosened up, came out, hit the edge, stuck it. So looks like I can just tighten that up and I'll be done. I'll put some Loctite on it probably. Yeah, I got the bolt out of it. It looks like it just one goes right through the shaft. And don't know what the deal was with it, but I'll throw a little Loctite on it, put it all back together. It looks fine inside. I don't see anything wrong there. Bearing's good. Not much of a video here, just tightening up a bolt. No, that's all it was. Loose bolt. And I just tighten it up. Looks like a champ. Well, good. I thought it was going to be junk. Loose bolt. Yeah, I could deal with that. Well, since the DA is working, I just went over this real quick. Using that primer as kind of a guide coat. You can see scratches and stuff in it. A little bit of low spots that I need to fill. I actually want to do it with a board sander, but it looks pretty good. Of course, I still have quite a bit of work here to sand this all down. And got a leak here on my roof, and this stuff here where I put the primer, when I hit it with air gun, it just flaked right off. I need to sand this whole top a lot better. It wasn't sanded very good at all, but looks awfully straight. Just small low spots. I still got to drill my 2 holes in here for the mirror. Patch that. Got a dent here I need to fill. But this ain't too bad. Now if I can, need to get over here and finish up the stuff I need to do on this door. Got quite a bit of sand in the bondo here, but I should be able to get this today. It's mostly done, just need to trim it up, patch that door in there a little bit. Yeah, a lot of sanding. I hate doing that. I breathe it, and my breathing is not that good anyway. And but I'll try to do it. I'll try to get all this bondo dust out of here. I'd like to finish my sanding before I do that, because I just make another pile. But it's wet today, so I'll probably be alright. Well, this was driving me crazy. I put little on, sand it, little sand it, little sand it. It just wasn't getting anywhere. And so I put a straight edge across here like this. And this door panel right here is straight, pretty good all the way across. But when I go to here, I marked where my high points are, and you can see in there that it's kind of hard for this camera to focus, but there's a good 1/4 of an inch, and even down here on the bottom there's a 1/4 of an inch. So basically I've marked here where it touched. This whole section right there is low. So I can't really grind this down anymore. I don't know exactly what happened here, but putting it on a 32nd of an inch at a time is I'm just never going to get it. I've sanded on this thing forever. I've been probably 3 hours on this one place and it just won't come out. So now that I've got it marked, I'm going to go ahead and just try to fill that whole place with Bondo and see how good I get. Well, I took a straight edge there for a spreader, and I covered this whole thing here a couple feet worth, and put it on pretty thick, and then took a pass up through there so it was touching on each end. And so that's straight now. It's pretty rough looking, but I'll knock that off as soon as it gets a little bit dry, and then I'll fill up the little scrape holes and stuff with a small spatula or Bondo spreader. Actually, it took a lot less than I thought it would to fill it, but at least I got all of this as straight as that straight edge there. So I'll knock it down real quick and try to patch it and see what it looks like. Well, that looks much better. I got it back in here pretty good. This here is all straight from here to there. I put some tape on this little hole here. Try to keep all that Bondo out of it. I guess now would be a good time to try to pull it off, maybe. I'll have to get that off of here while it's still kind of soft, because otherwise I'll wind up with a piece of tape in my Bondo, and I don't want that. And I can fill this up again. See, it's not very much, maybe a 1/16 of an inch right here, but it gets worse as it goes along down here. I think I'll try to cut it first and open this up, and then try to get the rest of that tape out of there before this gets real hard. Well, that was kind of a pain in the ass. The door's way too thick here. got it where it would open, but you can see here this is 3/8 of an inch thick, so that's no good. This whole door's got a, or this fender, it's got to come out. Even if the door stays the same, you can see that it just barely clears right there. The reason I know that, I've done it before and had a good gap and then opened it up and it wound up hitting. And that's what I did this time. So somehow I'm going to have to bend this fender back out, take all this Bondo off of here. What I was thinking about doing, reaching in here with a pry bar. I'm not doing a hell of a lot to the fender. I am doing a lot to the door. I just don't think I can do it that way. Yeah, see, the fender's going in a little bit. Door might be coming out some. And the other way I could do it is open it up and see if I can get a porta power down inside there. Somehow jack that fender out. But anyway, this is the other thing, would be to loosen the fender. Tried to take it all back away, but then it's going to be out of alignment down here on the bottom. But I need to move it about 1/8 of an inch out. Because if the door's too thick, nobody will really ever see that. But if the fender's too thick, as soon as you open the door, you can see, wow, man, they got a 1/2 inch filler on there. The metal is lining up pretty good right here. Actually, the door is kind of in some. Not sure. I think I'm going to loosen the bottom of that fender and see if I can move it out a little first. Well, I ground off everything I put on. I got this where, by moving the fender out a little, I got it where it was fairly acceptable. I'm fairly straight across here. I got like 1/16 of an inch. The main problem is this door is going to hit the fender. So what I did do, I think the main problem, both of these were bent in, and so when I brought them up to match, a high spot in the front of the fender, it was so thick it wouldn't clear. So I took a pair of channel locks and went in here and bent this lip out, so there'll be plenty of room for this to go past it. So it's not exactly what I would consider the best solution, but I'll put a little Bondo on it and see what kind of results I get. Well, finally, here we are again. This stuff is barely tacky it a little. I'm gonna just knock this off just a hair right here. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. And main thing is find out if the door is going to open. Oh yeah, plenty of room. If I gotta take a little off of the inside up here, but the fender's not too thick. And the door is going to clear it good. I may have to leave a bigger gap in it, just simply because the door needs to open. But I'll sort that out once all this stuff is dry. But for now, spent all day putting it on, almost had it, and then the door wouldn't open, so take it all off, a lot of it, and looked like my tweak on the door edge there is going to be good enough. I'll let this harden real good before I mess with it, because some of it's real thin right on that door edge. I don't know how straight it's going to be from the high spot to high spot. Oh, that's pretty good. Like maybe a 1/16 of an inch. I can probably build it up a little bit, but I'll have to keep an eye on how much I put on it. I don't want to get that door not opening again. So, looks like my little trick of bending the edge worked.